Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of From No Crypto to No Crypto. I'm your host, the Crypto Coach, Blockchain Wayne. Today we're joined by Andrey from Magic Square. Andrey, man, it's a pleasure to have you on today. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me today, and it's a big pleasure to be with you.
Absolutely, man. Definitely a pleasure. Definitely want to jump into what you guys are doing at Magic Square. But before we jump into that, can you tell everybody a little bit about your background, kind of what you've done prior to this and what got you into this space?
Yeah, of course. So I'm a mathematician. Yeah, I'm a quant. I finished my PhD in mathematics when I was 24. Later on, I worked one of the hedge funds, yeah, as a quant, for almost 8 years. Then I moved to manage private equity, with focus on fintech, gaming, and gaming is my big passion for my entire life. I'm a passionate gamer. Spent many days, maybe years, playing World of Warcraft. In crypto from 2013, a friend of mine brought me in. He tried to convince me from 2011 to jump in, but my paradigm was, guys, it's too complicated. It's not for the mainstream. And things that are like not targeting mainstream most of the time failing to scale. The example of the Bitcoin, it's a Cinderella story. No, definitely, because it's complicated. To open a wallet is complicated. To do transactions is complicated. Not to lose access to your wallet after 10 years. It's complicated, especially when the first bull run started like 2015, and at the like 2018, I know most of my friends, they lost access to their wallets, and a lot of funds remain like unusable for a lifetime. So I came for the crypto when a friend of mine came to one of my birthday and gave me $1,000 as a present, Bitcoins. This is my access. Thanks to this friend. And from this point, when you have like Bitcoins on your wallet, you're starting to follow the price. And suddenly it's becoming interesting. Ethereum actually opened a new way to a lot of projects, smart contracts. And from 2017, I'm fully dedicated to crypto. So, as a traditional investor, and I love the industry, I love the potential, but the main challenge remains scalability. I don't believe that you can be like bring 1 billion users from trading. There's no 1 billion traders, definitely no. So when the market saw NFTs, it's brought a huge new way of buyers that join like big time because it was simple. Simplification, this is the key of success. You see all the big and successful companies, you mentioned Apple before. Yeah, this is the most simple, inconvenient user interface. Yeah, so I think that what we are missing as an industry in order to scale, this is like to stay kids. People simple, stupid. It's supposed to be accessible by everyone without any like learning curve. Supposed to be as short as possible. I don't want to read books. I don't have a passion to watch all the videos that will explain me the differences between the chains. I don't. I want to click on a few buttons to get access to the things I love, for example, games. And I think that the revolution, not just evolution, revolution in crypto will come from gaming. You have 3.2 billion gamers. And once the market will be mature enough and with fun to play games, not just to know, earn to play, play to earn, and what in between, fun to play. When I will enjoy playing the games, we will see these billions will come to the market, and this will change everything.
Yeah, absolutely. I tell people all the time, kind of similar perspective, because I think gaming is going to be a major catalyst of people coming in, and then on the other side, I say I really think expose like for people to truly understand the potential of NFTs. I think the music industry, we're going to start to see a lot of musicians really start to adopt a lot of the Web3 elements, such as NFTs, just because the biggest need right now is most musicians are struggling to make a living because when they go to record an album and they put it out there, there's so many different other people that are taking a cut out of that they barely make any money. So they could have 10 million streams on Spotify and barely make a few $100s a month off of that. Um, so those two, but I agree, gaming is definitely the biggest. I think that's going to bring people in. All right, so Andre, definitely love your insight, man. We'll definitely touch more on that. I'm a big advocate of bringing new people into the space, but let's jump into Magic Square because I can tell you what I see from looking on the outside in at what you guys do at Magic Square. I've always felt also a big catalyst to driving adoption in this space is building community, right? You can have the best tech in the world if you don't have community, you're not going to build a great ecosystem. And it seems like, from my perspective, that Magic Square is focused on building that community. So can you tell everybody a little bit about Magic Square and what you guys do there?
Exactly. So me and my partner Benjamin, he's our marketing guru with a few exits in marketing domain. We came together with the same idea to simplify crypto. And the way we saw it through the prism of App Store. App Store is a single point of entry, very simple, very convenient, just one click away, and you have the right app. But in a process, you trust App Store. You trust that the apps that you're downloading are safe, they're not scams. This is your, inner belief. And in crypto space, what is your way to discover apps? To Google it? So you in 2024, you will just Google what are the best play to earn game in 2024. Okay, and what are the results that you'll get? Can you trust them? Answer is no, definitely no. So you need someone to actually validate the applications. They're fine. They're not scams. They're not phishing. And in process of discovery, you have trust, yeah, and simplicity. This is how we get the idea of creating Web3 App Store. And the Web3 App Store doing all of this discovery, simplicity, and trust. So you can find all your apps in one simple environment you can trust in a few clicks. This is what we build. And on top of that, of course, you need a community. So the motivation of Steve Jobs for the App Store, or just phone itself, iPhone, that you as a developer, you can get access to the community, to the people that will find and use your apps. Yeah, this is the idea. So in crypto, you don't have such an environment. So you need to unify, you need a marketplace that will bring together between the apps and the community. And once you have this, you as an app developer, when you're planning go-to-market strategy, you need to understand, I have the App Store, yeah, that I can list my app and instantly get access to the community. I don't need to waste time and resources building this community. So yes, this is the community-driven platform. You as an application, you just need to be listed, and then you have access to the community and all the tools that you need in order to engage this community in your application. It took us 2.5 years, even more, to build this ecosystem. We released our public beta 6 months ago. So far, we have 3.6 million unique wallets. And we have more than 1,000 applications. We are growing rapidly thanks to our big community, and applications coming by themselves to be listed. Why? Because of the, again, community.
Yeah, that's a great thing. When I saw that, I was like, man, this This makes sense. I never thought of it as, I mean, you obviously it says App Store on the website, but I never thought of it in comparison to, you're right. I mean, the the iPhone would not be what it is today without that App Store. And most of the apps, you're right, they're vetted, they're trusted. So when people go to download an app, they know they're using something. It definitely solves a real problem because you're right. People just Googling and clicking on links, and a lot of these links are malicious, they're fake, they're phishing. And as soon as someone connects a wallet to those fake apps, fake websites and phishing websites, their funds are gone. So it's you're not only just creating a community to connect people to apps, but also to protect people. So that's man, I love it. That's important. That's definitely something that's needed.
And for the apps, from the perspective of the app, it's not like the community. Imagine the flow from building your application to, and the probably one of the last stages is retention. Yeah, you build your app, you released it, you have your community, you need to retain it. In the process, you want to list your token if you have one. Yeah, you want probably to have a launchpad. You probably want to communicate with the community. So Magic Store, not like App Store, we are serving as like we are delivering as a service full life cycle from early stages like upcoming application. On the early stage, you can list your app and get access to the community in order to get their feedback, in order to engage them as early as possible, because you want to build, when you're building an app, you want to see that community loves what you're building. You want to see that you have this product market fit. Then when your app is ready, you want to engage more with the community to monetize yourself. We have all the monetization tools that will assist you to monetize this community. Then for your listing, you need a launchpad probably. We are releasing soon the launchpad and the staking mechanism. Yeah. And then when you have your app, your token, you have your app, you need to retain your community. We have all the tools of retention, so you can retain the community.
That's nice. Yeah. You know, I was looking at it from a user standpoint, but yeah, it definitely makes sense of why if someone's building a project, building an application, building a Web3 app, why they would want to partner with you guys to tap into that. So let's jump back to the user side for a second. I know the interface on the website's very simple, very easy to use. So how would you recommend someone jump in and get started? Because I know there's different. I saw something about you be able to upgrade your account. So how would someone jumping in new? What would you recommend they do just to figure out how to maximize their benefit from Magic Square?
Sure. So the crypto space built on rewards. So rewards, there are, bounded to every single activity of the users. It's not Web2. Web2, you don't have any rewards. You're using my app, this is your reward. Here, everything built on incentives. We have a few ways to reward the users for their activities. A basic one, you're coming to the store, you're creating an account with your Google, with your Gmail, your wallet, and whatsoever. You have your account. You need to verify that you're human. It's very important. We are dealing with humans, not with bots. Because when you're an app owner, and for example, you will get traffic from Magic Store, and there are bots, you're not happy. So we are protecting you from bots. Once you're human, you can verify your profile and become a Plus member. It's cost you nothing. From this point, you can do whatsoever in the store. But if you want to get more rewards from all your actions, you want to get bigger allocations in the upcoming launchpad, you want to get bigger airdrops, we have a membership. So you need to lock your tokens, our tokens as QR tokens, for example, for 30 days. And then you're becoming a premium or premium plus member, depends on the number of tokens you lock. And then you have like bigger rewards. You have even APY on your tokens. So it's combination between staking and consistent rewards for your activity. This is from one angle. So the users that willing to be active, they can upgrade to a premium or premium plus membership, or we are releasing soon the staking, just the staking. If they have tokens, they don't have any interest to sell, they can stake and earn like APY. So this is for the users. More than users that look into support projects, they have hot offers. Hot offers. Every project can create a campaign on on the Magic Store. The campaigns can be very simple, like social mining. I want you to tweet about us, to like, to share, or whatsoever. But the campaigns can be pretty complicated. Play our game, reach level 10, build a castle, and you need to have 100 tokens in your wallet, and then you're getting rewards. So you're getting rewards from the projects. We're distributing 80% of the media budgets back to the users. We are taking 20. It's not like, with all the platforms, Web2 classical ones. I'm taking 80, and maybe we'll get some. Probably we'll get nothing. Here we are distributing 80%, taking 20, and we are giving you rewards for your daily activities. For all your activities, you're collecting karma. Karma is our internal point system, and on a daily basis, you have a SQR pool that you will get a part of it based on the amount of karma that you collected today.
I love that. So there's the gamification, there's the rewards, and I can tell you, at FIO, we just recently, ran a hot offer with you guys, and it really, it got used up so quickly. Like we had to add some more funds to it. It's like it was so successful and happened so rapidly from the community. They're like, okay, let's. My marketing manager Marie was like, okay, we need to add some more to this. So definitely see the benefit and the
We have
value
a
of that.
project that's running campaigns in a row, one after another, and we have companies that's running like seventh campaign in a row. It's probably is telling something, no?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, everybody here, I mean, we all want real users. We all want engagement. We all want to build community. So it just makes sense that having that availability. Now, you mentioned the SQR token. I just want to touch on this, man, because I've seen, and you've probably seen it over the years, right? A lot of projects have launched tokens the wrong way. They haven't built anything, they don't have anything ready, and they launch a token with the promise that something's coming. You guys seem to have done that the opposite way, which is what I like. You said 2.5 years you were building. Last 6 months ago you were in beta, so you had a working project. You built the community, and then by the time you launch the token, you have utility baked in to where this is how you're going to use the token. So I definitely love that
Yeah,
blueprint. Anything you guys learned from the token launch process?
it's a nightmare.
Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard that too. Yeah, absolutely.
It's a nightmare. I will tell you why it's a nightmare. So you're completely right about our approach. So we initially, eh, what most of the projects are doing, let's create a nice website. Let's issue light white paper, doesn't matter what. We will bring a lot of chaos and they will spread the word of the huge project is coming. We don't have a project yet. We have just promise. And then when we're raising funds, we're starting to build it. Maybe we're building in the process, but most of the project or most of our promises, they're just on paper. They're not realized. We decided to build it differently. We decided to build a product even before we raised the first funds, and our first investor was Binance Labs. Our alpha version of the product was ready. We have traction, and this is how we actually brought big investors on board. When we decided to launch a token, we can assure that everything that you will read in our light paper is like promised, done. It's already executed. It's not just, theory, it's a reality with a huge user base. And even though, when you're launching your token, it's very stressful. To be a company without a token and company with a token, it's two different companies. Yeah, because to have a token, you need to make sure that you have enough traders. But our community, they're not traders, they're holders. We see a lot of holders. We have 32,000 holders, but it's not enough. You need to bring traders. Then you need to be in touch with trading communities. And it's a different company, it's a different vertical. And I do believe that, we are based on real economy. All the campaigns, including your own campaign, all the new campaigns are run exclusively in SQR token only. Membership, yeah. In order to become a member, you need to lock SQR tokens. All the models, for example, to be able to participate in Launchpad, you need to have SQR tokens. And our future, we are aiming to go to infrastructure and to offer decentralized a cloud, yeah, for our users, so they can host their apps. And right now, dApps, decentralized applications, is just a theory, because all of them hosted in Amazon, yeah, in yes, on Google. Not really. If I will turn down your servers, you're not that, because your application will go down. You're aiming to build an infrastructure for dApps as well. So and this also will be powered by SQR tokens. So the narrative of the SQR is it's supposed to be a blood of our ecosystem. Not just you have a project and your tokens are completely decoupled. They don't have any correlation between them. Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, that definitely makes sense because if you what you were talking about prior, if you don't have traders, it's a lot of pressure. But you've got to build that basically. I say that token economy where you're like you talked about. You guys are building out the demand for the token. The utility is going to create demand where people are going to need to buy it to do certain things. You're creating that whole ecosystem, and you kind of touched on it earlier when you talk about play to earn games that weren't really fun, right? The biggest problem with those is there was no real token economy. People were just playing them to earn the rewards. The game wasn't fun, and then they were dumping the token. So there was no buying demand. It was just sell, right? People were earning and selling, and that's not a sustainable economy. Just to kind of compare the two, so it definitely makes sense. But yeah, I don't think many people realize that how centralized the hosting is, whether it's either Amazon Cloud or Google, and we do need to move towards decentralized infrastructure for hosting as well. So what is that? Obviously, it sounds like it's something on your roadmap. Is that something that's planned soon, or it's going to be a little while before that comes out?
It's supposed to come out by summer. Yeah, it's a big project. It's not a small.
It is. That's why I was asking. Yeah, I didn't know how far along you guys were. Definitely a big project, but
Yeah,
it's definitely
so
something that's
the,
needed.
the, the idea is to be like, as I mentioned, your go-to-market destination for everything Web3. So you're a project, and when you're just thinking about what I should do, how I will approach my users, the first role is supposed to be Magic Square.
Yeah, I love it, man. It's definitely something. I focus on a lot of educating the new user or onboarding new people into the space. I like to find where it can send them to where it's an easy place to onboard people, whether that be wallets, um, different platforms. But Magic Square has definitely been one that I've added recently to say, hey, this is something that you need to, rather than hitting that Google and looking for what's the best DeFi app or what's the best, like go to a trusted source and learn that. One last thing, before we get towards the end of this podcast, I wanted to touch on. You mentioned it earlier. You guys released a light paper with the Square token, SQR token.
Yeah.
Something you mentioned earlier when we were talking. I can't remember if it was before we started recording or not, but You hit the nail on the head about being critical about a lot of white papers that have come out over the years. They're so complicated, your everyday person doesn't understand them. So did that affect your approach when you were launching the SQR token to create what you call a light paper that's easy for anybody to understand?
Exactly. This is the idea. I want people to understand what we are doing. It's not like you created something complicated and people think you're super smart and this is why they will invest in you. I want you to understand what we are doing in every step. If you will read it, it's written on a very, we used very simple language. The approach supposed to be we want people to use it. It's not just for geeks, nerds like myself, yeah, because I love it, but it's not scalable. The idea of scalability, when you think as a project, when you're starting to build it, think about your user, your customer, why they're supposed to use it. What is your unique selling proposition? And most of the projects that I see all around, they don't really care about it. This is my feeling.
Yeah, I agree. I think some of them put buzzwords in the white paper. They try to make it sound so technical to impress investors and really impress people that say, "Oh, I don't really understand it, but it sounds amazing. Let me invest in this," and they don't really understand what they're what they're putting into.
Exactly.
Yeah, awesome, Andrey. Man, it's definitely been a pleasure having you on today. Before we wrap up, can you tell the audience where they can find out more about Magic Square and start using, basically join your community?
Of course. So you have magic.store. This is the primary destination. If you want to learn more, you have magicsquare.io. All the information about us, tokenomics, all the information about everything that's going on in the store. But the store itself, you can open it. You have our Gitbook, so you can read all the information. We have very active communities, so you can join our Discord, our Twitter, Telegram. We have a huge community, and they're very supportive. Together with our community managers, they do an excellent job. They will assist you 24/7 to understand every piece of information that exists on both of the platforms.
Awesome, man. It's definitely been a pleasure having you on. I've played around a little on Magic.store, so it's good to know more. I've got some more insight into what you guys are doing, so I can definitely recommend it. So those of you listening, make sure to check it out. Make sure to give them follows on socials to keep up with everything that's going on. Join everywhere you can join their community. Join the community because that's really the key. I think the key is if you join the right communities, you'll have a lot of protection in this space because there's a lot of people that are out there trying to scam people, and so you want to find the legitimate projects, and it looks like that's definitely what you guys are doing at Magic Square. So any final thoughts before we hop off, Andrey?
Yeah. The entire industry right now it's $1.5 trillion. Apple stock is almost $3 trillion. So imagine that we didn't start it yet. I hear a lot of people that thinking that it's too late to join the industry. Why? The Bitcoin is 40, the Ethereum, it was 10 cents, 20 cents. It doesn't really matter. As we didn't start it yet. The in 2000s, at the beginning of 2000, the high-tech revolution, if you think in 2000 it's too late to join, you will miss everything. In crypto, we're at the same point. We're just in the early beginning.
Oh man, I'll tell you a story real quick. I missed that. So in 99 to 2002, I was in college for computer science. And when I graduated college in 2002, I thought I missed it. It was like, oh, I missed the dot-com bubble. The bubble already burst. So I went into a job initially not related to tech. I completely left tech, and I regret that to this day that I didn't stick around because I thought I missed it because I missed that little dot-com bubble. But look what's happened since then, right? And so I realize in this space, I'm not going to miss it. So great advice, man. I definitely agree with that.
Thank you. Thank you for having me today. Amazing. You're an amazing host. And amazing job, to to educate people is very important.
Absolutely, Andrey. Definitely been a pleasure talking today. Thanks everybody out there for listening, and we will catch you on the next episode. Take care, everybody.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Bye bye.